Hello my friends, and I want to share with you a few general tips and tricks while overloading or stabilizing generators or hacking terminals or turrets. You can look around, shoot and even walk, but don't go too far from target, connection might break. When I'm hacking, I always look around the room, see all the entrances, and if enemy comes, I'm prepared for it. Even though I don't move, I'm able to shoot back. And the same thing goes for generators, whether you are stabilizing them or overloading. Always look around and, well, shoot anything that moves and tries to kill you, if you can. As an infiltrator, if you see that enemy has occupied some turret, go up against it. Remember that no turret is able to hurt you if you go close enough for it, and start hacking it. Enemy will either way have to jump out. All you have to do is turn around and wait for him. He'll jump out and you will shoot, just like in the video. Problems with this type of hacking is that the enemy might jump out before you can see him, and therefore he has upper hand, but it's only dependent on your internet speed. While using vertical lifts, you can accelerate or decelerate your ascent or descent, depending on which direction you're going. The same goes for tunnels. To increase your movement through these lifts, all you have to do is to move the same direction the lift is moving you. For example, for vertical lifts, you're moving up or down, so you have to press space or control. And of course, correct your trajectory once in a while, otherwise you just go off the beam. Using jump pads you can change your trajectory, only a little bit. However, light assault with its own jetpack can change this direction completely. You can stop yourself or keep yourself in midair for longer, therefore avoiding different types of traps like anti-personnel mines or enemies that are on the end of jump pad just waiting for you to come, and who knows, maybe kill someone, just like in the video. Using jump pads or vertical lifts, you will become invulnerable for fall damage approximately for 5 seconds. As you might know, choosing correct weapon for the right job is important, but there is also something I want to share with you. Some weapons have more than one firing mode installed on them, whether that being 3-round burst, semi-automatic or full automatic modes. Shooting a lot of bullets like Terrence does will not always bring you the joy or the effect you want on enemy. Sometimes you need to shoot less bullets but more precisely, like Vanu. And that's where semi-automatic mode comes into play. Using semi-automatic mode on larger distances than 50 meters are the smartest way to go, because with every shot you will think about whether you hit it or not and correct your trajectory always. Besides that, you'll be more precise and have no recoil. Keep in mind that using semi-automatic in distance is very effective, more effective than full auto. So remember to use correct weapon for the right job and also the firing mode that weapon offers. Using F keys or function keys on your keyboard, you can switch seats between you and some other seat in your vehicle or someone else's vehicle. Doing this, you can fly Liberator solo, fly high up, then switch seats to your main gunner, and then basically bombard the ground. Or you can drive your Thunderer, switch seats to your gunners, and start blasting enemy tanks, or whatever is coming after your Thunderer. When your faction is losing tech plant, biolab, or amp station, you're forced back into your spawn, and if you go outside, enemies will quickly kill you. The thing is, if you don't go out and fight, you will never get that objective done. So it's good to know these following tips. First floor is always populated, so enemies are always looking at that. So rushing and fighting through that may pose some difficulties. But remember, there is also second floor, which is really great for targeting enemies, and it's quite secured since most enemies do not look up. You can drop C4, drop practically anything you want. And also, it's easier for light assaults to access rooftops from that floor. There's also top floor, but this floor is not protected by any shields, so you are exposed. For amp stations and tech plants, this floor is guarded by some extra roof to protect you from aircrafts and tank fire. In biolabs, using any other class besides light assault, you can get from top roof to any building around you, as you see in the video. If you use this knowledge about roofs and floors that they really exist, you can make a lot of kills and also you can push very easily. And that brings us to next step. When you're surrounded in your spawn room, yes, it's easy to farm when you're behind the shield, but to actually make a difference in the whole facility, you need to get out and fight for real. So get your ass to the point or get your ass to the generator instead of sitting there like a duck. If you're in amp stations or tech plants, the smart way to get outside and start fighting in key points is to use tunnels. Tunnels are located on the ground floor or the first floor on the spawn rooms in tech plants and amp stations. In the video you can see the location of it. These tunnels will bring you either to one of the generators or to key points on the map. So in big fight, don't forget to use them, especially if you're an engineer and you want to fix those generators. Here's a great tip I wish everyone would follow. If you hear somebody asking for a ride and you see that you have free space in your vehicle, wait for the guy. He might really thank you for it and help you. Another way people are asking for a ride is by shooting their rifles against any vehicle they want to get in. This doesn't mean that they want to kill you. It means that they want to attract your attention, that they are without any transportation means. And you, as a good guy, could just stop and wait for him and transport him to the nearest station or facility. Remember that kindness doesn't cost you anything. And remember that helping each other is the best way to achieve some great goal.
Yamiks, can you wait please? I want to get a new flash. Thanks.
As you're playing Planetside, you're playing with a lot of people, and you need to communicate with them. And the best way to communicate with others is through voice chat, and therefore having a microphone is a big advantage, besides the fact that you need to know at least basics of English.
Hey guys, I'm gonna drop you on the point. I'm gonna secure...
So in Planetside we have a lot of cosmetics and different types of things you can equip for your character and also vehicles. And one of those things I do not recommend you to use. Those are neon lights. In night when you engage your neon lights, even headlights, you become more visible to enemy and therefore better target to aim at. So I would recommend you to not use those when you're fighting. As for the last step, I want to remind you about cooperation. As you might know, taking tanks out by yourself is often quite hard, because those tanks easily spot you and then drive away and maybe kill you. Who knows? But when you're working together with your teammate, you can act as a bait and your teammate can safely get behind him and blow him up. So keep in mind that with cooperation you can take out any target without a hassle. And so I hope you liked my little guide on how to improve yourself in daily life in Planetside 2. If you want, you can subscribe to my channel, like this video, of course if it helped. Well, maybe suggest something else for other people here on the comment section and in the World Wide Web. Special thanks to Ahalya and NivZo. Oh, and also if you are interested in playing Planetside, I posted the link down below in the description of this video. Through that you can sign in and play with me or others in other servers. But choose Woodman and Vanu Sovereignty.